So basically, if you are quote advanced internet user, you probably know that site called 4chan. It's like the 99% of memes comes from it, and often happens that you found a thread with very interesting, let's say just pictures, because who knows what can be there, like literally anything. So let's say you found a thread with interesting, let's say anime suicide wallpapers, because apparently that's a thing. So you found that and you want to download some pictures, yeah. So like you just view the thread and scroll a little, and you see like
Why?
so you found something interesting and you want to like download them because you apparently have a fetish for anime suicide wallpapers. Because so you want to download all the images in the thread, but how you do this? So we just like enlarge the image, right click, right, and then like save the image. Are you really going to do this like 160 times, or how many replies were there? Like no. So that made me wonder how you could automate the process of saving the images from the 4chan. And so I looked up down there and I see the URL of the image. So it's like i.4cdn.org/board/ and then some random number. So I was like, yeah, I could work with that. So basically I found a Python library that's like that receives the HTML file. So it you parse a URL to it, and you receive a object with all the HTML in it. So with that I was able to find all the image tags. So if you look to the source code, we see that every image has its own image tag with a link to it. So all I had to do was just get the HTML, make it string, and then go to the string and find every image tag that was there. And then I had a giant list of images with their source. So yeah, that was pretty easy. And then I had somehow to download them, save them, and yeah. So I did it. I did it basically. It took me like, I don't know, 7 maybe 8 hours. I did it in Python. So the two libraries that we use is urllib .request. So it's basically just requesting the HTML file from the site. Then we use RE, which I have no idea what it is. I wrote this a long time ago. And then we use some system stuff. So yeah, first thing we had to set a header. So we emulate some browser, because 4chan apparently has some sort of protection or security, so you cannot access it with software like this. Then I just checked if the path is already set up, like if you downloaded something before, it doesn't have to create the 4chan images folder every time. And then just print some stuff, and then you enter the thread URL. In the first version I had it set up like you specify the board first, then you set up the thread number and complicated stuff. And then I figured out basically all the stuff in the URL, like this boards.4channel.org/w, that's all fixed length. So I just like take everything out and then keep that just the /w/ and the thread number. Then I get the board from which it's taken. So it creates a folder with the thread name. So as you can see here, I have a folder called 4chan images, and then I have /b/e and s. Please ignore the folder sizes. Then I get the thread number and add that to my location path. So the location path now is 4chan images / the board it was on, and then / and the thread number. So if I go to S, for example, you can see I have a lot of threads basically. So now it prints some stuff and prints more stuff. And now we get to the interesting part where we make a request to the site, which is basically this part, and then we save it to the HTML response object. And we have to do some stuff like encoding, because 4chan is UTF-8 encoding, and I wasn't setting that, and it just get me a lot of mess, and I was like spending 20 minutes just figuring out what the fuck is going on. So now we got a response, and now, oh yeah, RE is response. I found it. So now we get the list of images. So basically we just find with iterations img in our decoded HTML, which is basically like that simple. So and now for every match in find words, so for every image tag in find words, we do this, which I am sure could be done better, or like with objects or functions, because this is just terrible. It just takes like if I go to the image URL, you see it's like this is the image, and so it just gets rid of this, then it saves the thread and then gets number, and like holy shit. I was setting these numbers and these things, like I don't even knew that you can do this with a string. Apparently you can. So I was tinkering with this for like legit 3 or 4 hours maybe, I don't know. And then I had to, yeah, then I do this with JPEG only. So it was like, yeah, I tried this, I ran it, and it downloaded a few JPEGs, but few files were missing. And firstly I thought it was because of Fortune had some sort of redirection system, like when you create an image, then delete it because somehow, maybe, I don't know. So it got moved to another location. Then I remembered that JPEG isn't the only image format that exists, and there are also PNGs and GIFs, and unfortunately we also often see WebMs, which I don't know, I have zero idea how to pronounce, so it's just like WebM.
Veep.
Yeah, I implemented this, so I just check if the extension is JPEG, PNG, GIF or whatever, because those four are the most used ones. So I just and then I basically saved the file, which is like only URL retrieve that will return anything that's on the site. Parse the URL of the image, it will just retrieve the image, because the image is the only thing that exists on that URL. So it will download the image. And so yeah, those except try. Yeah, the ifs doesn't work because I don't know. It just tried to download something as JPEG, and if it was PNG or WebM or GIF, I had them set up, it just failed and crashes the program. So I had to do try except catch, but without the catch, because I don't need that. I don't know, it just works. Don't ask me. Basically, the program works like I want to download those anime suicide wallpapers. So I just copy the link and I run the program, and so just wants me thread URL. So I just like do this and press enter, and you see it detected a new thread, so it creates a folder. This is for debugging purposes. I don't know why keep it there. And then we have saving location, fortune images /rg. Why the fuck is it r? Oh yeah, because rg. Okay, well, something's broken. So it isn't very fast, it's like painfully slow, and if you have thread with like 150 images, it took fucking 2 minutes to download the thread. But I mean, like, it's better than clicking like a fucking monkey in Chinese factory. It is working, and you can see in this badly named folder with the correct thread number. I have to fix it. We have all the images, and holy shit, I have to delete this from my computer because I'm gonna. So basically this is working kind of, and I was wondering if I could improve it somehow. So I asked my friend. His idea was basically to do this, or basically it was my idea, but he kinda makes me do it. So I asked him, how can I improve this, or how can I make this better or something? And so he's like, well, there's like 2 steps you can make it working. And yeah, I did it. And then the second step is like make it good, like, you know, like a true program. So I decided to make a fortune archive, like not the one that exists already, because, you know, you just go to the catalog, and that's like how you can find anything in this. Like, you know, you have to know which thread it was, and at the best you will spend 20 minutes finding the thing you wanted, and that's given that you know which thread it was located in. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make a full text search engine for fortune catalog. Yes, I have absolutely no idea why, but I'm gonna make it, and I'm gonna document it with videos. So this video will be just, I'm gonna be just talking about how I want to do it and how I imagine it, and the next probably 1 or 2 videos will be like coding and explaining and deploying and doing stuff. I'm open to any suggestions, and for now we'll see you in the next video, which I have no idea when it will come out. It will come out when I'll have something done.